Hopefully, yeah, there's no lagging on this one. I went running this morning, it was mad. Now, why the hell does it look like this? Why is there a fucking filter on it? Right, let's get some biscuits. I said he ran 4 laps around the street for about 40 minutes. Yeah, I remember, yeah, I first started going running when I was 15 years old. Do you know what inspired me to go running? It was a Mike Tyson compilation video. I don't know, I just got inspired by that because obviously at the time, yeah, I was definitely doing taekwondo and that. So I thought, let me increase my fitness by going running. And I remember one time, I think when I was 16, yeah, I must have beat up one of my neighbors who was like in his 30s, yeah. And I must have got nicked for it. So my mum grounded me during the summer holidays for like 4 weeks or something like that. But what my mum would allow me to do is she allowed me to get up at like 5 in the morning and go for a run. That was like my day out kind of thing, innit? Yeah. She let me go running at 5 in the morning. So I used to go running, and I swear, like a fucking like clockwork. Every day I would get up and go running at 5 in the morning, 5:30, whatever, go running, come back and watch this film called Die Hard with a Vengeance with Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson. And I'd watch that in the morning at like 10 o'clock and I'd fall asleep for about 2 hours and get up. Like literally, it's like clockwork. Literally like clockwork. I at least done that for like a week and a half straight. Jesus Christ. Big up my brother here. This is the biggest, this is the largest super chat I've ever received. I'll watch the restream tomorrow. I have a few things I need to do now. Keep up the good work. Yeah, respect, brother, man. Appreciate it still. You see this £10 here? I appreciate this £10 than any other £10. Yeah. You see, when you're able to generate your own money, you just view it and respect it in a different manner. Right. So someone called PTSD said, "Yo, Jay, come on, man. Jay Wise, have you tried Jello Fries? Nah. Listen. Excuse me. Listen. I'm from the era of Caribbeans where we don't rate Africans. Yeah. Like, obviously, maybe now, apparently, allegedly, being African is in fashion. But the era I come from, being African is not in fashion. Yeah. And obviously, if I ain't around new people, yeah, I'm still gonna have the mindset of before. Yeah. So I'm from the era of where, like, if anything, best case scenario, Africans was just like maybe a little bit accepted in that. But the generation before me, that the people who are walking around at like 42, 45 years old, yo, if you was African, you weren't rated. Yeah. Certain man will be in their class and be hiding their surname and shit. Certain man who are like from Ghana, they might have an English surname, so they just, you get me, they're lucky. Like there was one you, his last name was Tom. Like Ghanaian you, his last name was Tom, man. But yeah, so I've never eaten African food in my life. I think one time I had some African, it probably was some Jello Fries or whatever in it. One time I had it by accident. I was disgusted. No disrespect. I was disgusted because I was at like a family function. So there was some rice there. So I just ate it. But apparently some African woman had donated the rice. Like, oh, I can't make it to your function, but here's some rice, whatever. I don't know. Some work colleague of one of my older family members is missus. Yeah. I was like, yo, what the fuck, blood? But yeah, yeah. That's just the era that man's from. Yeah. Oh, man said Yadis versus Congo Man. Who's winning? Yeah, I mean, like Congolese man are winning that all day, every day. Yeah. I'll say Congolese man and Angolan man because to me they're the same. I know they have different countries. I know you get me. Angolan man speak Portuguese and that, but a lot of men that are from Congo, if you actually ask them, like, oh, are you part Angolan? They will tell you, yeah, I'm actually part Angolan. Or certain man that claim to be from Congo, they're actually from Angola. Remember, I read it in the comment section one time. So basically, I left a comment under an interview that Bobby Kasanga done with Shotta D. Shotta D is from MPK. Now, Shotta D, he said he's half Congolese, half Angolan. So I left in the comment section like, yo, how come so many men claim to be half Angolan, half Congolese and that? Some guys responded with some fucking, no, some Wikipedia textbook style response, yeah? And he was talking about some civil war and that. And then some random youths come underneath the comment saying that, yeah, this whole time I thought I was Congolese. And then my dad told me that, yeah, his dad, which is his grandparents, and that they fled some civil war in Congo, in Angola. So he thought he was Congolese the whole time. He's actually Angolan and that. So Congolese man and Angolan man, I put them in the same category because they even both speak Lingala as well. So, but yeah, if a war broke out between Yadis and Angolans and Congolese people, yeah, Angolans and Congolese are winning it all day, every day. Them man that don't just have big energy, them man that have dark energy. I can think of about 10 men right now that you don't want it with. Yeah, top scorers from my generation, anyway. I don't know about some new youths from Congo and Angola, but the youths from my generation, yo, the Congolese and Angola, man, they were the top scorers. They were either the top scorers in their area or the bosses in their area or both. Yeah. My big up Marcus, he said he's Congolese. We're saying you speak Lingala, yeah? Yeah, Somalis are up there as well. Yeah. It's French and Lingala, yeah. But yeah, obviously I used to roll with a lot of Congolese and Angolan youths. A man said, bro was eating the struggle meal, you know. Do you know K Youngs? No. You in shower pussy? Nah. Did you find it hard learning electric? Nah, man. I mean, like, I even met a guy today, yeah? He was talking about, yeah, I started the electrical course, but I stopped because, you know, the maths was too hard. And I'm like, I said to him, the maths ain't difficult, man. It's not that difficult. And then he said he went on to do something else like engineering, but he said, yeah, I didn't end up completing that. No. See, this is where this guy's got this thing twisted. So he thinks the reason why he didn't finish his electrical course is because the maths was too hard. And then he went on to do some sort of engineering or something like that, and he didn't finish that for whatever reason. It's not because the maths was too hard, and it's not because of whatever dumb reason he came up with, and that you are a flip flopper. What's a flip flopper? A man that starts off in college at age 16, 17, and he does electrics. Yeah, he wants to become an electrician, has no real plans, but just become an electrician. Then he drops out of that. They say, all right, cool. I'll go and try and do sports science. Yeah. Man will drop out of that. Oh, I don't want to be no fucking PE teacher. Right, let me just do something a bit more easier and simple. Bricklaying. Oh, my back. Oh, but all these excuses to not fucking complete anything. Flip flopper. And you will find a lot of these people in council houses, yeah? Man that don't know how to complete nothing. Me, I'm not one of these people that you can speak to and I say, oh, I've worked this job, that job, this job, that job. Bro, I've only done electrics. That's it. I've only ever been an electrician. That's it. That's the only job I've ever done. Now, I ain't shitting on anyone that's done other jobs and that, but like, yo, if people have been bouncing around all these different job roles and that, you just strike me as a person that know how to stick to one thing. Because this is all I've ever done. From 19 until today. Might get fired tomorrow, but today, yeah, I've just been an electrician. And then they wonder why they're in the position that they're in. You see, you can't have too many stoppages. That's the problem. Because remember, yeah, when you stop, it takes time to speed back up and get back up to speed. Imagine you're on a motorway and you're doing a 70-mile journey from Edmonton to fucking Northampton. If you're on a motorway and you're doing a constant 70 miles an hour, you're going to get to your destination a lot quicker than if you're doing 70 miles an hour, but at some point you have to stop at zero. Let's say you go to a service station, you stop at every service station, it's probably about 4 on the way. Because when you stop, it takes time to speed up, yeah, and get back on track. So, yeah, man, you don't want to be these people that are just bouncing from career to career, from job to job. I was even chatting to someone on Instagram earlier today. They was talking about they want to learn electrics and learn plumbing and that so that they can renovate properties themselves and not have to call someone in to renovate the property, do the electrics and do the plumbing and that. I'm like, yo, you ain't got time to be, because you're already in a job that pays you decent. You ain't got time to go and learn electrics or plumbing. So hold on a minute, you're going to leave your job and go and do an apprenticeship for 2 years to be on some dead wage just so that you can earn the same amount as a regular electrician. All right, fair enough. You get to do the work yourself. Okay, but what about the bricklaying? What about plastering? What about the gas? What about the conveyancing? What, we're going to learn all these trades. We're going to learn bricklaying. We're going to learn gas engineering. We're going to learn carpentry. We're going to learn plastering and that. We're also going to learn conveyancing. So we're going to become a lawyer and that. So we don't have to hire a lawyer. Yo, you ain't got time for all of that. Yeah, we don't live for 2,000 years. Yeah, you got a small finite amount of time on planet Earth. You can't be wasting that studying extra things. Okay, bullshit, man. So yeah, and I was even telling this person there was a guy that hit me up when I first started on TikTok. he's an accountant earning 40 grand a year, talking about how he wants to become an electrician. What's the best step? What's the best route to take to become an electrician? I'm like, big man, you're on 40 grand a year right now. You're an accountant or some finance sort of guy. You want to go and study for 2 years, become an electrician, do an apprenticeship and that, to then be on 40 grand a year. What's the point? See, people don't even understand why they're working. The whole point of working is to earn a decent salary so you can live a decent lifestyle, but most importantly, to be able to save enough money to invest in something that's going to bring you back a return. I'm telling you right now, yeah, if someone could get a job as a bin man, yeah, and be on £600-700 a day for the next 6-7 years, I would say, yo, if it was certified, like they could never lose their job, do that and make sure you save that money and go and invest it in property. And I would say do that. But obviously that ain't the case. I'm just using an extreme scenario to show you that, yo, it's not about your career. It's about fucking getting the money so that you can save, so that you can invest in something that's going to bring you back a rascal return. Right. Yeah. So Legal Slur says everyone in the end's done that. That's why they are losers, can't master nothing. Yeah. So many guys. Do you know what? Yeah. I want you, man, to do this right now. And if there's any girls watching right now, you can do the same. The man them that you know, even new guys that you meet, yeah. Let's say some new colleagues and that, yeah, or your existing colleagues. Ask them, when you're in college, yeah, how many different courses did you study? And I guarantee you, yeah, 80-90% of the man that you meet, if you ask them how many different courses did you study in college, if they did fucking study, I guarantee they'll say, yeah, I studied about 2 or 3. Yeah. Obviously, I'm implying, insinuating that they dropped out. Yeah. So ask them, like, oh, did you ever start any courses at college and didn't complete them? Ask them and see what they say. I guarantee you, 80% of man, they will tell you that they started 2 or 3 and didn't complete none of them. Promise you. Because I know what man I like. Because I know these people. There's man I know. Man that man grew up with, yeah? Instead of at 20 years old, when they saw me with an apprenticeship, they didn't decide, you know what, let me just go and do that because, you know, he seems like he's, you know, doing all right, whatever, and he's got apprenticeship, this is going to lead to some money. Now figure it out. I'll figure it out. That's what they've said to themselves. And now they're still living at their mom's house. Yeah. Big 6'3", fucking 17 stone man still living at his mom's fucking house. You're like a security guard on site. Jolting. A man should have just got an apprenticeship doing plumbing or something like that, yeah, and made some Ross Club money. But instead, now, you know what? I'm gonna figure it out. Yeah, I'm gonna jump on trading. I'm gonna jump on crypto. I'm gonna jump on Bitcoin and that. Man said Poland has good apprenticeships. Man said got an investment opportunity for yourself, Jay, if you're interested. What is it? What is it? Let me hear this big mastermind plan now. Yeah. Unless you gotta send it to me in a TikTok DM. Someone wanted to know what I was eating. These Fox's biscuits. So this Ade person is saying, yeah, fixed income investments. Now, when someone says to me they've got an investment opportunity for me, I mean, listen, without, jumping to conclusions, what you're trying to say is, Jay, I want your money. Yeah. I don't think they generally give a fuck about me. I think they just try to use my money and my resources and potentially my brain. Because I guarantee you, no disrespect to my man. Yeah. It's just a good point. Yeah. That it's a good point I'm going to make. If he found a way to make $1 million on his own, why the fuck would he be hitting up Jay Wise? Why would he give a damn about me? Yeah, if you found a way, yeah, to make millions on millions on your own, do you think you'd be hitting up Jay Wise fucking on a TikTok live trying to tell me about some investment opportunity? No way. When people want to bring you down on their quote unquote business, it's because they want something from you. They ain't doing it to try and help you the way they will try and, make it seem. I remember one time, yeah, like when I was trying to do the buying and selling cars, and I went down to Tottenham to get MOT done on one of the cars. And the guy was like, "Raw, you got trade plates in the back of your car. I thought you was an electrician." I said, "Yeah, I'm an electrician, but obviously, I'm trying to do the buying and selling cars thing and that." And he said, "Listen, I remember you told me that you live up in some Northampton area." And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." He's like, "Oh, what we're trying to do is we're going to set up an MOT garage in Loughborough." I don't even know where that is. I think it might be near like Leicester or somewhere like that. He's like, "Oh, are you interested in investing in that?" Because I think I told him like, "Yeah, I got like 20 grand in savings or something." He's like, "Are you interested in saving, investing in this car garage and that?" And I'm just like, "I'll think about it," but I was pretty much saying like, "Nah." Anyway, I went home and I thought about it, and I thought to myself, and this is something that you don't need to just keep in mind, yeah. Never enter a business with somebody that knows a lot more than you. Yeah? Do you know what? Never enter a business where you know nothing. You can enter a business with someone that knows more than you. That might be all right. But don't enter no business where you know completely nothing. Because that person there can skank you. Yeah? They will bump you, they will rip you off. They'll be telling you, "Yeah, man, investing is probably," you don't know nothing. They could be lying to you. And this happens. Even your family. I've heard horror stories where people from Jamaica, yeah. So someone wanted to build a house in Jamaica, and their family for the first 6 months they were sending over pictures of the work, and I say, "Yeah, send this money over," and that. And the family member was obviously was still sending money and that, and then at some point the pictures stopped coming in. Yeah, like they stopped sending pictures, but they're still requesting money. Now, the person that still sent over the money and that's a dumbass, yeah. So they were sending over money for 6 months and that. They went out there was no improvement for 6 months. The family member was taking their money, spending it. So this Ade guy said that happens in Nigeria too. I mean, that happened all over the world. Just obviously, I'm just using Jamaica as an example because I know this is a real situation that happened to someone. Yeah, people rip you off, man. So this person said, "Is it possible to do my MVQ without having a job? Just do my own private jobs off friends and family?" You need to check with whoever the body is that does the MVQ. So check with City and Guild, see what they say. What do you think of tattoos, Jay Wise? No, I'm not interested in no fucking tattoos. There's a lot of guys out here who, instead of doing the work to be a bad boy, and I'm not saying that you should be doing the work on the road to be a bad boy, but I'm just saying there's a lot of guys out here, instead of actually being a bad boy at some point in their life, they just try to have a bad boy image by getting a bunch of neck and face tattoos. Do you know who pisses me off? Oh, there's not so what I've noticed, yeah, there's a lot of guys now who turn 25 years old or whatever and that, and they're out of the stage and they're out of the era where they could have been a bad boy on road. Because at 25, you're a bit too old to still be on ends. You understand? Yeah. But there's a lot of guys, yeah, who turn 25 and they're too old to be a bad boy on road, to be in a gang, flagging a green bandana or Pyru Suru, yeah. There's a lot of guys that turn 25 and they try to play the bad boy thing. I don't know, they get a couple tattoos, they get a personal best, they push 90 kg on the bench and that. Now they think they're bad boys. And I've seen it too many times. I don't even watch Love Island, but I see a little few clips here and there. You will get a sweet boy, yeah? You don't know what a sweet boy is, isn't it? Yeah? You lot will get a sweet boy from the end. Like, he's from the ends, but he's not a bad boy. He's just a sweet boy. But because he might know 1, 2 man, yeah, he's a sweet boy. He'll go on Love Island and like he's a bad boy. Like, I've seen a few. I'm thinking like, yo, listen, this is when you know, yeah, whether someone was a bad boy or not. Just ask them. Between the age of 16 to 19, were you outside on the road? Were you in a gang? And if they say yeah, tell me a couple stories. Cause me, I've got 1,000 stories to tell you, lot. Yeah, a lot of wins, but some L's. Yeah. If these guys ain't got no stories to tell you, just know they're fake. Just know they're fake. You will meet, yeah, in Northampton, you will meet a lot of fake guys as well, yeah, who might be from London and try to come up here and act like they're bad. But then if you ask them, like, yeah, tell me a couple stories and who did you move with and that, they can't tell you no stories and then they move with no one. There's a lot of fake guys out here. A lot of fake guys. Man, go on Love Island trying to act like a fucking bad boy. And it's not who you think it is as well. Yeah, because I know you lot are thinking it's probably one particular person. I saw a clip the other day of a you talking about, yeah, I used to be a bad boy on the road. Bro, you've got them fucking perfect teeth. What do you mean you're a bad boy on the road? Behave yourself, man. You think any of my DA brothers have got fucking them veneers or whatever they call them nonsense? You think any of my DA brothers right now have gone to Turkey to get their teeth fixed? Get out of here, bro. You think any of them, the realest man them on the road, yeah, care about getting their fucking, obviously, you know, as man get older, I get it, innit? But still, that's some sweet boy business, yeah. Unless your teeth is really fucked, yeah. Man, them on the road ain't getting no fucking veneers or whatever they call it, them fake teeth and that. You think Bin, you think fucking Man or Bangies or any of them, man, they got fucking perfect teeth. Come on, man. You think Steeler is going to Turkey to go and fix his teeth? I said, what do you think about rappers? Obviously, there's going to be 1 or 2 rappers that get it done. You know, a few men are allowed to slip through the cracks. But obviously, there are a lot of rappers as well that were not bad, but they act like they're bad as well. Don't get twisted. This is what Marcus said. Real bad man never go on Love Island. Yeah. You will never have a guy that was actually a proper GM go on Love Island. No way. No way. No way. Bro, Love Island is for pretty boys. Man that care about their aesthetics. They will never leave leave their house and touch road looking like a tramp. They care about their image. See, look, big up Miss 528 because he's donated a few times, you know, in the super chats and that, and he's a member and that. So respect to you. You're saying there's nothing wrong with playing video games for a few hours on the weekends and that. You're saying it's just to unwind. Yo, when you're young, the only time you need to unwind is when you go to sleep. That's it. Yeah. Like, obviously, I've released a video on TikTok, sorry, Instagram, and Andrew and Tristan Tate talking about video games and that. They're talking about GTA. And it's just like what I've been saying before. Like, yo, man wanna fucking, play GTA and build their character and that to live this perfect life. But yo, why don't you do it in the real world? And I've told you a lot of this before. I went to this old guy's house. This guy's like 65, 70 years old. I've gone to his masonette. He lives above somebody. So you go through the door and you go straight to the top floor, yeah? And this guy's got the race car chair with the steering wheel. But this guy's 65, 70 years old, yeah? I said to him, whose is that? Like, is your nephew or something? I'm thinking his nephew's a bum. I'm thinking his nephew's, he's been kicked out of his missus's yard and he's staying at his uncle, his grand uncle, his granddad's house. He's like, it's mine. And I think to myself, this guy here is playing like a racing game. He wasn't playing it in front of me, but he had the setup. And I think to myself, like, yo, if only this guy just put in the work, if only this guy just made sacrifice, stayed dedicated, stayed disciplined for a solid 15 to 20 years, you see that Ferrari that he's driving in the virtual world, or that Conan Z, or that fucking Lamborghini, or the Viper GTS. I think that was like my favorite car in Gran Turismo. He could have one of those parked outside of a big mansion if he just put the fucking work in. But instead, he was more than likely a flip-flopper. Instead, he probably tried working at BT, Sky, or Auto Glass, shadowing a man for 6 months. He probably never fucking completed a course at college. All those hours trying to create the perfect character and trying to be the best shooter in Gears of War and now. Yo, you should be trying to level up. Just don't make no sense, man. But you know why they do it? Because in the real world, if you lose, then it will sting. It can sting. If you lose, you can lose your house. You can be embarrassed. If you lose on a video game in the virtual world, you just press the reset button and start again. In real life, there is a reset button. You can start again, but it does come with a few scars. Man are not ready for the scars. That's the problem. So that's why they would rather play video games. You see, as a man, you have an innate desire to want to build. Everybody does it. Everybody. It could be something so stupid like doing a puzzle. It could be like that guy that used to be at the bottom of my estate where I used to live before, always fixing up that stupid Sirocco. Yeah? The guy is building, he's building a whole heap of nothing. Yeah? Always outside there fixing this stupid ass car, putting was it a subwoofer in it, putting LED lights, stickers on. Yo, this guy's 45 years old. Why are you building a car? Why are you not building houses or flats? Why have you not got a plot of land that you're building on? Why are you building a car? Wait, is this Scale Electrics or something like that? The fuck, fam? You're 45 years old, still playing around with cars. Why do you even have that time to play around with cars? You should be busy. Joke, man, blood. Big up Shane. I said, big up Jay. 100. Ain't on the console since I was 18. Yeah, the last time I bought a video game was Black Ops when it came out, the original one. Yeah, that's how far we're going back. Black Ops. Yeah, we're talking 011, 010 when it came out. That's when I bought that's the last time I bought a video game. And you have to think about it this way. So you're a big man playing video games, yeah? The last time I played a video game, big up my little nephew, Micah, he whooped my ass, yeah? I went to go and see him and it was his birthday. So, I said, right, let's play your PlayStation. Now he asked me, can we play FIFA? My nephew beat me about 7 games out of 8 games, yeah, on FIFA. Now, my little nephew, I think he was 13 or 12 at the time. You man who's 25, 27, 30 years old, you lot are playing video games. You're doing the same activity as a 12, 13-year-old. Remember that. Yeah? You're doing the same activity as a 12, 13-year-old. Man said, yo, Jay, why don't you do rent to rent? I don't need to do rent to rent. I have my own properties. I'm not a leech. I don't. I ain't gonna say the word, but yeah, I don't jump on the next man's thing. Nah, I don't need to do rent to rent. Why would I need to do rent to rent when I've got 5 rental properties? This doesn't make no sense. Why would I do rent to rent? I've got my own thing going on. Man, I've got enough going on. I'm not trying to be these people trying to do 10 things. I met one youth on a job. So I've gone to this house, yeah, not the door. Some black youths answered the door. So me and him was chatting, and he's sitting down. And I can't remember what I said, but anyway, he said, this isn't even my house, you know, this is my girlfriend's house. So at some point there, whilst we were talking, he says, yeah, I've got a few properties and that, like, you know, I rent out properties at Airbnb, I play football, and I've got my own cleaning company and that. And I think to myself, like, how real is this guy's story? Like, because you have to think about it, yeah? If a man has his own properties, if a man has his own cleaning company, if a man plays football, yeah, it's not high level, yeah, it's low level, but still, if a man has his own properties, he does Airbnb, he plays football, and he has his own cleaning company, why the fuck are you staying at your girlfriend's house? Like, he lives at his girlfriend's house. Because think about it logically. Why would you want to bungle up in your girlfriend's mum's house? So, like, as a man, yeah, I don't know, maybe certain men are so used to being under someone else's rule that they don't mind having to abide by someone else's house rules and that. But me, as a man, if I've got my own properties and that, I'm not staying in my girlfriend's mum's house. So I got to listen to what my girlfriend says and her fucking stupid mum. Are you stupid? You think, yeah, if I've got multiple properties and that and an alleged business, yeah, you think I'm gonna be staying at my girlfriend's mum's house in a small room? Why would I go, yeah, if I have even a 2-bed flat or 3-bed house? Why would I go from having that to be bungled up? How the hell can 2 adults share a bedroom and that's it? That's their living space. That's their own private living space. Do you think I'm gonna go from a 3-bed house or a 2-bed flat and go and bungle up in my girl's mum's house and be under? Because obviously most men are not like me. They ain't gonna tell their girl what to do. They're not running shit, yeah. So they're gonna have to listen to what their girl's saying and listen to what their fucking girl's mum's saying. Fuck that, man. Bullshit, blood. Bullshit. Big up man like Incognito. Big up Miss 528 with the £2 super chat. You didn't have to, obviously I said, like, you know, you donate and that. You didn't need to donate the super chat and that. No, man's not trying to bleed you out your money and that, but yeah, respect for the £2. Drug addiction and how does it ruin relationships? Now, in terms of relationships, yeah, we don't even need to just talk about male and female and that. Yo, there are parents right now who've had to dig 6 foot under for their child due to their child's drug addiction. I went to a tenant's house and this woman, big woman, 65 years old, she told me, yeah, that because of her daughter's addiction, some big black man, she said he was as big as the door. He came to the door demanding money. Now, she stood her ground in that and kind of ran him away. But when she shut the door, yeah, she was shaking. She said she's had to run up, not like that, but had to go to certain cats' houses and that in this local area and that to look for her daughter because her daughter's gone missing for 2 weeks and that. She said that one time her daughter came to her flat. Yeah, she was at her flat, whatever, and that. Then the mum's gone to look for the purse is missing. She went to one house that she knows her daughter's always at, she bars through the door. Someone shouted, such and such, your mum's here. Anyway, the chick's gone in the living room and that, and her mum's in the living room. She said, where's the fucking purse? She's gone and fucking gone into a cereal box and pulled out the mum's purse. I said, was the money in it? She said, no. It was empty, but I got back my purse. I'm like, yo, how are you still talking to your daughter after she stole from you? She's like, yeah, but it's my daughter, innit? She's not 15 years old. She's a big girl. It's like 40 years old. Yeah, because I told you the woman's 65 and that. So that's how certain substance abuse and that will ruin relationships. Yeah, you got your son or your daughter thieving from you, blood. Imagine having a thief in your own house. Imagine being worried, like, yo, they're gonna thief your Fox's biscuits. And then these people wonder why they get kicked out on the streets and that. When you see these homeless people, just know their problems are so bad that other people don't want them around. Because you have to think to yourself, if you see a homeless person on the street right now, yeah, the next time you see a homeless person on the street, just understand their mum, their dad, their brother, their sister, if they have any, their auntie, their uncle, their cousins, their grandma, their granddad, and everyone has 4 grandparents, yeah, if they're still alive, yeah. At least one of those 4 grandparents that's alive, out of all those people, nobody wanted you. Where's your friends? None of your friends, everybody that you know in your human existence, they would rather see you out on the street than allow you to sleep on their living room floor. That means you have a terrible addiction. It could be, you know, certain things you shouldn't be taking, or drinking too much, or, you know, you're just a waste man and that. But it doesn't matter what it is, your problems are so bad that people don't even want you around them. Jay, when you're going into commercial property, no clue. What do you think about solar as a spark? The DC panels is easy, sparked, CDU, 14 easy. I mean, if there's money in doing solar panels, then yeah, do it. Man said, were you cool with Palmer's Green back in your day? Like, back in my day, there was no Palmer's Green. There was one, there was 1-2 man, yeah, but the 1-2 man that was Palmer's Green, man, yo, they were just cool with Edmonton, man, yeah. But Palmer's Green was not a block like that. Like now, apparently Palmer's Green got a gang. Not back in my day. Apparently now, Enfield Town have a gang. Not in my day. Yeah? Enfield Town. Where the fuck are these youths living? What, in the civic centre or something like that? So yeah, the roles has changed, man. I can't believe like Palmer's Green's got a gang. I can't believe what's it called? Enfield Town's got a gang. It's just different now. Like I know in Palmer's Green, in the postcode N13, there's actually like so N13 Palmer's Green is predominantly Enfield Borough, but there's one estate in Palmer's Green. It's technically Haringey Council, you know? So maybe that's where they youths live or something. That's where they're from. That's where they're repping or something. But yeah, there was no Palmer's Green back in my day. No way. Enfield Town don't have a gang. There's just a couple guys who rob civilians there. Well, obviously, I just see a couple of videos and that, so that's what I was thinking. The hell. Right. So Incognito says, Jay, imagine my property has been void for 4 months. Gave it to an estate agent to manage. Any advice? I mean, if I was going to give my property to an estate agent, then what I would do is I would make sure it would be an estate agent that can guarantee rent. That's it. That's the only thing. Yeah. If you're gonna give it to an estate agent, because I remember you said yeah, your property is far away and that, just try and give it to an estate agent that can guarantee rent. That's the best you can do. I don't have much experience. Well, I have no experience with estate agents because I manage my team myself. But you know what you should maybe do, you know, instead of renting out your property to and giving it to an estate agent, just turn it into an Airbnb. Turn your property into an Airbnb, man. Why does my jaw look swollen here? You heard of backseat heating? That's the backseat is a boiler, isn't it? I used to have a backseat boiler in my mum's house. I used to break down every single flipping year. What are your thoughts on what? Balloon drive? What? What's a ballon drive or balloon? What's that? Huh. A man quoted me. I used to chat to a man. I don't chat to him no more. Yeah, that's the thing, boy. You're gonna outgrow some people, and you just gotta leave them behind. Gabriel and that Chisel guy, they've probably said it in a few of their videos, at least one that I've seen, talking about, yeah, you just have, certain man, you're just gonna outgrow them. I'm not putting words in their mouth, but like, the topic has come up. And of course the topic will come up because them man, they are doing well for themselves and they're from the ends. So naturally, yeah, if you're from the ends, you're gonna have guys, you're gonna have friends who are from the ends, obviously. And if you're doing well for yourself, you're definitely gonna outgrow the man them that you used to rub shoulders with, that you grew up with. And that's just the thing, man. You're gonna outgrow some people, innit? Yeah? Don't be worried about holding on to this friendship and that. Yo, the reason why you was friends with this person back then is because you was on the same shit. So now that you're on different shit, don't feel guilty for moving on. Because all they're gonna do is just hold you back. That's it. They're gonna hold you back. If not, they're gonna get a red eye, they're gonna be sly hating on you. But we don't, even if a man don't say anything, just a man thinking that, yo, you don't want that energy around you. Imagine a man, yeah, had bad intentions, yeah, around your gal, yeah, but he would never really make a move or do anything. Why would you even want someone around that's thinking like that? Fuck that, man said, I'm the waste man of the friendship dynamic. Well, you got up your level, man. At least you're aware. There's nothing worse than being unself-aware, unaware. I said, gotta leave some family members behind. Yeah, man, you're gonna leave a lot of people behind, man, and that's all right because people will come and go. You have to put yourself first. Chatting to a tenant today, and we was talking about, like people stealing in the shops. You seen them mad videos where man will run up in the co-op or Morrison's and just fill up a JD bag full of meat and wine, yeah. And I was saying to this girl today, like, these people are crazy that work in the shops that will go and chase after these guys. I'm like, yo, this is a cat, blood. He will not think twice to just, yeah, and swipe you, yeah. That's it. And when you get packed, that's the thing, yeah. People will be running down these guys, yeah, that are thieving from Poundland and Morrison's and Savers, yeah. For what? Imagine, yeah, if you get dropped after you pursue someone that stole from Poundland, yeah. Do you know what the CEO or the director of Poundland will do? What will happen is your family will get some sort of letter sent, condolences and that, yeah. And at the bottom, it will have the director, his name, and it won't even be a wet signature. He didn't even sign it himself. It was a photocopied, pre-populated signature. And that's what you get for saving the day. You went and risked your life for like £15 or £30 worth of items from Poundland. You think, yeah, the CEO, the director of Poundland gives a damn about you. You're one employee of 10,000. You work in one shop of 300 stores. Don't give a damn about you, man. In 2 days, that guy has forgotten about you. I said everyone that chases shoplifters should be sacked. I mean, obviously, I know why people want to do it. Well, first and foremost, yeah, everyone wants to be a fucking hero and that. But obviously, you know, people see injustice. Oh, you know, you come into the shop stealing and that. But at the same time, when you sit down and think about it logically, it's like, yo, this is not fucking worth it. This is not worth it. Even your direct manager in the shop, they don't give a damn about you. You work for Poundland. You are replaceable, just like that. You work in retail doing some bullshit ass job, stacking shelves, counting items and inventory and that. You are replaceable like that. Literally, yeah. You know, like Asda or Sainsbury's, if you stack shelves, I guarantee you, yeah, if your manager knew that they was gonna fire you, yeah, let's say it's a Tuesday, yeah. Let's say your manager on a Tuesday thinks to himself, right, do you know what, tomorrow, which is Wednesday, I'm gonna fire this blood clot, yeah. If they fire you at 12 o'clock, yeah, noon, midday, I guarantee you, if they make enough phone calls, they can have someone at 3 o'clock in uniform stacking shelves. Yeah. If you work at Asda or Sainsbury's and you have a ultra low skill job where you know you are not valued, your job is in abundance and that, you better be worried. Yeah. 1 foot out of line, fired. Yeah. You better be bammy. You better be on tilt the whole time. You best not turn up to work late. 1 foot out of line, gone. Flinch and then fire you. Yeah, you flinch the wrong way, they'll fire you. You best be worried. I'm not putting myself in no position where people could just get rid of me just like that. You think Nadia can just get rid of me just like that and replace me? Good luck. For Nadia to replace me, yo, you best live for an extra 200 years. Yeah. My stats and my accolades are too high. She can find someone that's way better looking than me. That's possible. She can find a guy that's way taller than me. That's possible. She can find a guy who's way richer than me. That's possible. But then, like, what about all the other stuff? Is he a strong man internally, like emotionally? Because a lot of guys right now, they get broken up with and they turn maniac. Me and Nadia, I've had like 40 breakups, probably more than that. And I just go about my business. I don't phone her, I don't text her, I don't harass her, I don't turn up to her house or wherever she was living before. None of that. So a lot of man, you know, they could have the external qualities and that, but do they have the internal intrinsic qualities? Will they be a good son to their future, good father to their future children? See, everyone wants to work on the external. Well, that's why you don't keep the woman, because there's nothing internal. You're just pearly white teeth. You're just a nice haircut. You're just cleared out, but you have no substance. You play video games. You are wasting your precious human years on doing a whole lot of nothing. Right, so this Justin Antonio said he's got a question. Go on, fire away, fire away. Someone said, why all this money? For what? Kids? Yeah. Yeah, why not? It ain't for girls. Women don't give a damn about money. Man, I know they don't give a damn about money because all the men that you know right now, yeah, that have girlfriends, are they rich? Do they have money? All the gallem that you know that have a man, is their man rich? Does their man have money? The answer is no. 85% of men walking planet Earth are broke. Yeah? Just because they got a 42 grand a year job, that don't mean they got money. Most men ain't got no fucking savings. Most men are struggling. Most men are broke. And they still have girl. So you don't need money to get girl. So yeah, it's for my future children and that. And obviously I want to live a decent lifestyle and that, but it ain't for girl. I was doing a mentoring session with a guy the other day, and he literally just proved my point. And I don't think he's seen any of these videos because, like, anyway, the chances of him seeing the video, I mean, it's possible, but I doubt it. Anyway, he told me, and that's what I'm saying. This goes to just prove my point, yeah, about women. They want a man that they can fix, yeah. And if you've got your life in order, they're not interested in that. They want a guy that's problematic, yeah. So this guy told me that when he was a bummy guy and he had nothing going on, there was one chick, she had a job, maybe she was doing some little business on the side. She wanted to help him. She was constantly on his case, trying to help him and that. Now he got rid of her for whatever reason. He dropped her out. But he said to me, since he's got his life in order somewhat and he's working, he's on the right path, a man struggling to get gal. This is what happens, bro. Not to everybody, but I'm telling you, yeah, to some degree, yeah. I'm not saying everyone's gonna have this experience. I'm not saying this experience is gonna last for a long time, but it's almost like you're invisible to certain gal once you get your life in order. Because I've seen it on Pop the Balloon and other programs and that. The man that's got his life in order, the gal are not interested, and they don't even know why. Like I was saying to this youth, and I was saying this to Nadia earlier today, a woman's perfect scenario is this. Listen and listen up. So a woman's perfect scenario is this in terms of having a man, yeah? The chick wants to have the house. Whether she owns it, whether it's a council house, doesn't matter. It's gonna be nice and furnished and girly, like Essex cheap council glam, yeah? She's gonna have some stupid little lip filler job or doing eyelashes or threading eyebrows and that, whatever nonsense, just so she can pretend and claim to be an entrepreneur. Like these people that have the TikTok shop, they think they're an entrepreneur and that. She have a little Mercedes and that. In terms of the guy, this is how she wants the guy to be. She wants it to obviously be somewhat good looking and that, be somewhat on, the wrong path. He's gonna be the guy where he don't have a proper job, just bumming it around, waking up at 11, 12 o'clock every single day, sending a little bit of green, yeah, make a little £50, yeah, may have a little court case on the side, yeah, potentially, worst case scenario might be a little 2-3 months behind the door, but maybe his solicitor can get him off on some probation and some unpaid work and that. That's a girl's dream scenario. Oh yeah, and a fucking French bulldog as well. That's a woman's dream scenario. Bum ass guy that she has to tell him to what to do so she can be his rascal up mommy. That is the realest fucking truth. Right. So Justin said, "What about a girl who ghosts you after 2 years dating her?" Hold on. What about a girl who ghosts you after dating her for 2 years and no closure or breakup on a phone call? Is that BPD or what? Bipolar disorder. Yeah, but all right. So my question to you, so this person's saying, yeah, like a girl has ghosted him after 2 years of dating, no closure, no breakup on the phone. He's asking if she has a bipolar disorder or what. I mean, I think all women have bipolar disorder by default anyway. But my question to you is, how long has this been going on for? Because girls will just up sticks and just ghost you to see how you react. Yeah. If it's only been 2-3 days of that, this is a little game that she's playing. It's a game that she's playing. Yeah, Nadia says she found another man. That could be it as well. Yeah, that could be it. Because most men are just placeholder boyfriends. So when the guy that she really likes comes along, your ass is out of there, my friend. It's been 5 months. Oh, yeah. She actually ghosted you for real, innit? Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to ask yourself, yeah, if a girl has disappeared on you Ask yourself this question. Do you think she's disappeared on you to be completely single and not talking to anyone? Or is it more than likely she's chatting to someone new? Because that's what I always think. Like, I think if a girl was to break up with me, then more than likely she's found someone else. That's just the way I think. Because gal don't know how to be single. I mean, man don't even know how to be single, but a lot of gal don't know how to be single. So yeah, like Nadia said, she's probably found another man. I said JY's fairs. But yeah, man, you know, might be tough on the chest. You understand? Getting ghosted by a gal and that. But yo, you just gotta do your best to move on, man. Keep working. Don't sit in your chair or go for walk. Fuck all that bullshit. Just keep working. Keep working. Use that pain and that anger to do something productive. I made videos about that before. Yeah. When you're angry, controlled anger is an amazing force. If you're angry about something, I guarantee you're gonna do. You're gonna push the most weight you've ever pushed in the gym before. Guaranteed. He said she sent an apologetic voicemail but was drunk. Then went back to making it seem like it was my fault, but now I'm getting myself together. I mean, obviously, you said that obviously you was dating and that, so you weren't like proper boyfriend and girlfriend and that. But yeah, she's just trying to make you feel guilty for moving on. That's what it is. Or is that striking accounts? Yeah, big up man like Striker. I said, yo, this one is too loud. So it's a movie said, I can't believe big man play video games unless you're making money from it. You better believe it. I went to a tenant's house yesterday, yeah. Now, obviously, this woman was ramping with me in it, but she said, "Listen, I'm going a few doors down, like to my friend's house to help her do some IKEA. I don't know, build some IKEA furniture. So if the PS5 goes missing, you're the only one in the house, so I know he's shooting it." I said, "Don't worry about it. No PS5 is going missing. No way." She said that to the wrong person, even as a joke. You think I would want to thief someone's PS5? Are you mad? Are you mad? Listen, my Xbox 360 before I threw it out was a doorstop. Yeah, it don't get used. She said that to the wrong person. If the PS5 goes missing, I know it's you. So I said to her, because she's in a three bed, as a big woman, she's like 40 years old. So she must have mentioned something about playing video games. I said, well, how old are the people that play video games? She's like, my partner, 40 years old. 40 years old and you're still playing video games. This is why you're poor. This is why you're living in a council house, my friend. Because after work, you're spending 3 hours playing a video game when you should spend 3 hours thinking about some big plan to take over the universe. See, some people just think, oh, it's only 3 hours and that. Yo, those 3 hours add up. They add up. You see, if I listen, do you think I would not be here today, yeah, JY's TV, preaching this shit to you lot, yeah? If I decided, you know what, yeah, in my spare time, I'll play video games and that. Do you think I would have the time to put out the content that I put out? Do you think, yeah, when I was, I think, 28, when I first started or whatever, and that, you think, yeah, if I was spending 3 hours every evening playing video games, you think I'll be putting out content that? Nah, do you know why? Because it only takes 10 minutes to do a video. But the problem is I'll be distracting myself with something else. I wouldn't think, do you know what? Yeah, let me start YouTube. That's the thing. With video games, people are just distracting themselves. You're distracting yourself. You know you should be working to build and make some fucking money on the side, but you're just distracting yourself. It's your excuse for, well, you know, I didn't have the time and that. Unbelievable, these people. And I said, Jay, how hard was it for your first buy to let? I got the deposit, but the lender's been do I just firm it? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, like obviously you should be using a mortgage broker and that. So they should be able to go to a bunch of different lenders. And I mean, if you've got the deposit for a buy to let, yo, it's very easy, man, to get a mortgage on a buy to let, man. Because there's lenders that don't require any income. There's lenders that only require you to have only 12,500 income. And there are other lenders that require you to have a minimum of 25,000 income. So it's easy to get a mortgage as a buy to let. And obviously, like Nadia said, unless he's got bad credit history. But even then, Nadia, yeah, let's say he's got terrible credit history in that. Remember, yeah, I ain't trying to tell you how to do your job or be a mortgage broker. Innit? But think about it this way, yeah, the reason why they don't care whether you have an income or not is because the property is going to be self-funded, i.e., you're not paying it. So if you're not paying it, why does it matter whether or not you've got a good or bad credit history? Because it's not you that's paying it. You're relying on someone else that has a good credit history to pay it. So she's saying still credit checked. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. So it's a movie. Said Jay Wise, big up King. Wait these ninjas up. Yeah, man. So YS said, you working on your seventh property, Jay? Do you know what? Yeah. No, no, well, definitely not. Obviously, have I done local searches and that? Yeah, yeah, but no, I'm not buying no new property. Do you know what's been putting me off buying another property? It's the fucking stamp duty. If I buy another 3-bed house here in this area here, the stamp duty is going to be about 11 grand or something like that. If I buy a 3-bed house around here, it's going to cost 200 grand. Yeah, the stamp duty will be 11 grand. Yo, it's 11,000 pounds. You know how much that is? It's not big money, but it's big money to be paying in tax. So that's been putting me off a little bit. But obviously, there's a few little ways around it. You know, instead of paying the stamp duty and paying 11 grand, then you can just get a 100% mortgage. But I don't know, Nadia. You know the 100% mortgage, is it only for first-time buyers? Because I was looking on Google and that about 100% mortgage, and I think maybe Halifax does it, and some other lenders do it. But they were saying some of the lenders, they require you to have like a guarantor where someone has a property that's paid outright. So the only way that you can have the 100% mortgage is if you have a guarantor that has a property that's paid outright. She said no, but it has no effect on stamp duty. Obviously, I don't understand the context of your thing, but obviously, but you're saying obviously it has no effect on stamp duty. But the reason why I would say go for the 100% mortgage is because you don't have to put down the deposit. You just pay for the stamp duty. How long are your fixed rate periods for? Some are 5, some are 2, some are 3 years. Just depends. Me with mortgages, I'm not that fussy. Like now they will talk about mortgages and that, yeah. And she will say, "Oh yeah, you know, I got this client, this rate, like or this interest rate or whatever." Or when she's done mortgages for me, so not so the reason why I've got property number 5 and 6. This is property number 5. There's property number 6 around the corner. Is because of Nadia, yeah. So when she was doing the mortgage for me, she's like, "Oh, I can get you a rate of 4.79." Don't tell me about the interest rate. I don't give a fuck. How much does it cost per month? Yeah. I don't care what the interest rate is. Yeah, it means nothing. Yeah, it means nothing to me. How much am I paying per month? Yeah, because interest rate is only telling me that I'm paying a certain portion per month. Well, how much is the motherfucking portion? Yeah, That's that mortgage broker language. Yo, get you this interest rate and that. Yo, don't tell me about interest rate. Tell me about the monthly payment. Yeah. So, but yeah, thanks to Nadia, I got property 5 and property 6. But yeah, I'm not really focused on buying another property yet because I'm still doing up that other property around the corner and this one. I'm living on a fucking construction site. I'm literally living on a construction site. There's no bathtub in this house. I have to go to my other house around the corner and shower, you know. There's no bathtub in this house. There's no bathtub in this house. I get in my car in the morning and go and shower at my other house around the corner. Now, some of you lot say, oh, why don't you just move there temporarily? And there's no table, so I can't sit down. I need to order a table. Actually, yeah, no, I need to get you to order that table, actually, or another one, actually. Man said trim today, yeah. No trim. Do you know what it is, yeah? Like, man don't even want to come across, yeah, like one of them TikTok man. Yeah, you know that man that's fucking selling stuff on TikTok. Yo, I bought this beard trimmer thing on TikTok. You man, listen, I don't want to sound like a commercial, yeah. But yo, you man, get yourselves one of these. It costs like £2. This is the best fucking trimmer I've ever come across in my life. The other one I got upstairs is like Bayliss and Harding or Babyless or whatever bullshit and that. Yo, get this one. Yeah, it costs like £2. Yeah, it was listen, it shaves close. Yeah, you man that look like me, don't ever do this on the back of your neck. Yo, you'll get bare bumps and that. Yeah. Did you use it for your shape up? No. This haircut is from my barber. This was done on Sunday. Yeah, so 4 or 5 days ago. But obviously, I just just shaved hair and that earlier, just before the live stream and that. Yo, this I've been seeing this for like since I've been on TikTok. I've been seeing this, and then one day I was like, let me just buy it. It's £2, isn't it? Yeah, £3 and that. Yo, get it, get it. It comes with like a USB charging port. So obviously you need to have like the USB plug, but it comes with a USB charging cable. It's a Type B because Type C is what I use for my S9 and S25. So it's a Type B, but you can only put it in one way. But yeah, man, you might get it. Get it. It's what you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. It's on point. What does your barber do for a living? The motherfucking barber, man. That's what he does for a living. Obviously, are there some barbers that are part-time and that because they might have a construction job? Yeah, but nah, he's full-time barber. Someone said donor. Oh, man. You got a crazy crepe collection. Nah, man, not really. See, trying to say you got a dead trim. Having a dead trim is the least of my worries. You see how my hair's thinning and that? Yo, that's just the least of my worries. When's the time to park off the money in a kettle? Bob, I'm not buying no. Man's talking about parking off money in a kettle. I'm not buying no bust down, hella diamond watch. Bro, you're walking around with your Rolex or your AP or your Breitling and that, bro. You're just putting a target on your back. That's it. Do you see that little youth there, the white boy, Aiden Ross, shook to come London because he knows what it's gonna be. Man asking man permission. Oh, can I wear this? I don't even know how much the watch was, like 800 grand or 80 grand or something stupid like that. Can I wear it around? No, you cannot. No, you cannot. Bro, on a real, what do you do to enjoy yourself? You seem so strict in mentality. I mean, I don't even feel like I got a strict mentality. I just feel like I'm me. But anyway, I like riding my motorbike, but you know what? Yeah, doing this is enjoyment to me. Like you lot might think this is work or whatever. Yo, this is fun to me. This is enjoyment to me. This is enjoyment to me. So yeah, this is what I do to enjoy myself and that. Plus, obviously, riding my motorbike, which is always in the garage. So Ms. 528. This is a very silly question, but it has a serious answer. So big up Miss 528 because you know he's donated and that. So you know, respect for the donations in the past and today and that. But it's a very stupid question with a very serious answer. Jay Wise, when do you think I should move in with a woman? Should I get my own place first? If you've been watching me long enough, you already know what the answer is to that question. Okay? A lot of people pretend they don't know what to do. Yeah. Yeah, so they can be told what to do. You already know the answer to that question. The fact that you're answering that question, you're asking that question means you already know. Don't move into no woman's house. I went to a Polish woman's house today. Yeah. Her sons are born over here, or at least the youngest one, maybe the oldest one that's 25, because she says she's been in England 20 years and the older boy is 25. So maybe he was born in Poland. Anyway, she said that he was with his last girlfriend for 6 years, yeah, some English girl, yeah. But now, so then he broke up with her. He's now with a new girl. So I said, "Where's the girl from? Is she English or Polish?" She said, "No, she's from Lithuania." Yeah, Lithuania is very similar to Poland. They actually used to be one country back in the day. So anyway, he's with a Lithuanian girl. So with the other girl that he was with, the English girl, they were together for 6 years, yeah, and they never spoke about moving in together. He's met some Lithuanian girl, and after 2 months, they're talking about moving in. Now, he hasn't left the house yet, but he's preparing himself to move in with this girl. They're gonna go on rent together. I told the mom, yeah, she's like 45 or something like that. Tell your son to not move in with her. Because I guarantee you, yeah, he is gonna be back. And she was like, "Do you think?" I'm like, yeah. The fact that, yeah, all of a sudden now he's thinking about moving in with this girl means it's not his idea, it's her idea. And if it's her idea, then she's leading. And you're just going into it with the wrong foot. Now, obviously, I can't go fully Jay Wiseman because these people are just not going to understand the psychology and that. I will say certain things to these tenants, and they'll probably think I'm a madman. Yeah, but I'm not a madman. It's just you're not switched on. Yeah, but I guarantee you that boy there. I told his mom in 6 months he'll be back. No, I said 12 months. She said she thinks 6 months. Yeah, so she thinks in 6 months he will move. When he moves in with the girl, after 6 months, he will move back. I said, I'll give it 12 months. But we'll see. Well, no, I don't know. I don't know in it. But yeah, I guarantee you within 12 months, the relationship's gonna go down south. Or he's just gonna be under her control, under her rule, which is just the worst position that you can ever be in as a man. Are there any exclusions to this answer depending on circumstances? What are you talking about? Moving in with the woman? Nah, man, there's no. I mean, listen, I could move into Nadia's house. Do you know why? Because I got my own place. So I could be like, you know what? I'll rent out this place and go and move into Nadia's house. Do you know why? Because I got my own place. These guys will be moving into a girl's house and they ain't got their own place. They have to move back to their mom's house. I've told you that already. I've been to 70-year-old women's houses, yeah, and they're talking about my son is back home after his divorce. He's getting divorced from his wife. He's back home. A man's had to move back into his old bedroom. Still got the Spider-Man poster on the wall. Still got the Batman bed sheets on the bed. Still got his Superman action figure. Yeah. Imagine me. Yeah. Imagine I didn't have my life in order. And imagine, yeah, I moved into Nadia's house. And imagine, yeah, like I'm still the same way. Like I ain't the type of guy to take shit. Yeah. If I tell Nadia, right, that's it, I'm going back to my mom's house. What? You man, you think I'm moving into some woman's house? You must be crazy, bro. No backup plan. Were you friends with 1T Palmer's Green? Fam, there was no such thing as 1T Palmer's Green. I've heard of them from the internet, but there's no such thing as 1T Palmer's Green. There was no such thing as 1T Palmer's Green when I was about. You ever feel, hold on. You ever feel burnt out after doing like 70, 80 hours work week? So this person's basically asking me, did you feel burnt out when you was doing like 70 or 80 hours in a week? Yeah. When I was at the infamous Holborn job, blood, every day was like Groundhog Day. Yeah, there's a film called Groundhog Day. Yeah, it's a famous, old school, famous film. Yeah, it's a classic. I would get on the train and I would see the same people. There would always be this on the chubby side, some mixed race girl sitting in the same position. And when she would get off the train at Seven Sisters, there was some tall guy with dreadlocks used to always talk to her. And I'm thinking, like, blood, when are you gonna fucking answer this girl's number? Yeah, like, stop trying to chat up the girl and just fucking answer the number and that. Because if he was truly chatting to her, yeah, he wouldn't be needed to try and walk with her on a platform to get that 10 seconds of conversation out of her, innit? Anyway, my head felt like it was gonna explode. Yeah, that's how mad doing 80-hour weeks is. My head felt like it was gonna explode. So yeah, I almost felt like burnout on that. Yeah, man. Listen, you got, in order to get the results that 90% of people will never have, you got to be willing to do what 90% of people are not willing to do. That's it. Would you get into commercial property? Yeah, I would, yeah. My brother got robbed by his girlfriend. Right. Girls have no remorse, they'll beat you out. Yeah. Like a dirty dog. Get out. What's your new car now that the Civic is gone? I got a Astra. Would you ever let a man go in your yard with work boots? No. No tradespeople come in my house without taking off their shoes or putting on shoe covers. I don't even let tradespeople swear in my house. I have standards. The tenants, when I turn up to their door, I ask them, do you want me to put on shoe covers? They're like, no, don't worry about it. And I just say to them, or some of them say, oh yeah, thank you. And I'm like, yeah, because nobody's coming in my house without taking off their shoes. So I just treat your house how I'll treat my house. Like, no tradespeople are swearing in my house, like I said. So when I go to the tenant's house as a tradesman, I don't swear in their house. I just treat people's house how I want my house to be treated in that. So yeah, I'm just a fair person like that. Bro, do you ever splash out a little? I'm not one for buying stuff. I just don't really care. You know what I mean? I don't care about buying things. I have no desire to buy a nice Rolex watch. I have no desire to wear designer clothes. Like, for me, I'd rather spend money on some nice tiles and put them down on the floor and be able to admire some nice tiled floor. That's just me. So would you spend your money on outside of houses? Nothing. I don't spend my money on anything. Just the upkeep of my house. That's it. Take Nadia to Gauchos every now and then. Spend a few £100. What about your bike, Jay? Yeah, obviously, yeah. Spend a little bit on the bike and that. Me, I'm being cheap. I'm supposed to fucking get an R1. I'm dragging my heels buying an R1, you know. What about new phone? Yeah, this is a new phone. This is the S25 Ultra. Imagine, yeah. So the reason why I'm only on one live stream right now, yeah, because remember before, man was doing like 2 live streams on different TikTok accounts. I've got 2 S9s, yeah, right now. Both of them stopped working. One stopped working 1 week, and the next one stopped working the next week. Both of my S9s, they just stopped working. It's weird. Like they come on, but then when you try to like open up an app, it just goes back to the home screen. It's weird. Is demand for your property is high, as in do you always have tenants renting? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Obviously, I've had times where like, you know, the property's been empty and that, but yeah, for the most part. But for me, what I'm gonna start doing is like Airbnb with the properties, isn't it? But obviously, it's not gonna be just a quick, yeah, rent it out Airbnb. I'm gonna have to do work to the properties to get them up to standard. In 1 year, you could be up. Remember, the people that's gonna hate are the same ones that you grow with. Don't tell anyone nothing, even family do it secretly. Yeah, 110%. Do you know why? Because the human mind cannot comprehend growth. Where you are today is where you must be in 10 years' time. And like I've said in previous videos, how many times have you been to a barbecue at the age of 25 or 22 years old and you haven't seen a family member for 10 years, 12 years? And when they see you, you're like, Jesus Christ, you've grown up. Look how tall you are. Well, not me, but you've grown up. The last time I saw you was down here. I expected you to be down here because where you are today is where you must be in 10 years' time. There's gonna if let's say for example, yeah, you didn't see certain family members for 5 to 8 years, yeah, and the last time they saw you, you wasn't really doing too well. You was just, or you were just average. You just work a little bullshit job, spend some money on the weekend, just doing bullshit, yeah, playing video games, yeah. And then 5 to 8 years later, you're driving a Lamborghini and you've got a big 5-bed house, yeah, living life. I think people will actually get angry, like, yo, like, you know, like almost like a short circuit. You know, like when a robot is malfunctioning, like a cyborg that don't know to go left or go right. Man, yeah? Like, how can this be? Wait. I guarantee you, yeah, if certain family members that you didn't see or speak to for 5 to 8 years and they heard nothing from you or nothing about you for 5 to 8 years, yeah, they're gonna expect you to still be the same person that they knew 5 to 8 years ago. If you turn up to a family barbecue, yeah, and you was in a fucking McLaren or you was in a Lamborghini or Ferrari, and you kind of just pulled up for 5 minutes, spoke to someone, and then disappeared, but you was gonna come back and that. If one of the other family members said, "Yeah, you know my man, he's running his own business, he's making like 400-500 grand a year profit. You know, he's got that Lamborghini, he's also got a Ferrari, and you know, he's got some beautiful 6-bed house. Yo, it is like a mansion, literally." The person that you're telling you, they're gonna be like, how can this be? How is this possible? It will slightly get them angry, whether they show it or not, because they're thinking, how dare you grow? Yeah, you're supposed to be where I left you 5 to 8 years ago. Do you know why? Because it's all a reflection of themselves. Because they haven't grown in 5 to 8 years, they don't expect no one else to grow in 5 to 8 years or ever. Facts, you can see it in their face and energy. Yeah, it's sad but true. Yeah, big up. It's a movie. Yeah, man, that's just the way it goes, man. Right, I don't wanting to go, man, I see him as family. Are all your properties interest only? No, some of them are capital repayment. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. My little sly hater. You're a supporter, but you know, I don't think you're a real hater. Like more like you just try to, what they call it, poke the bear or try to annoy me and that. But it's all love. Big up, big up. But anyway, that's why he's laughing. You know, big up for the gift though. Anyway, so he said, "What's your opinion on a locksmith trade?" I mean, yeah, locksmiths make a lot of money. Yeah, antagonize. That's it. Yeah. I mean, he's trying to antagonize me. You're the wrong person. I mean, you're never gonna be able to antagonize me on the internet. No way. You can antagonize me in person. Yeah, that's different. Yeah, I will throw a punch, but yeah, you can never antagonize me on the internet. Do you believe in the missus paying bills? Nope. I don't believe in 50-50 because I don't need to believe in 50-50. You see, guys that believe in 50-50 are guys that truly don't have it. Yeah, let's not play games now. Guys that believe in 50-50 are guys that don't really have money like that. You're not gonna find no fucking millionaire that wants to go 50-50. You just, yeah, guys who are struggling, yeah, guys who aren't really in abundance with money, they believe in 50-50. You're not gonna find no fucking guy that's on 200-300 grand a year and he's very sensible with his money, so he has money in abundance. You're not gonna find a guy like that wanting to go 50-50 with his missus. No way. So guys that want to go 50-50 with their missus, that tells me more about them than anything else. I never when Nada used to live at my house, I don't need to go 50-50 with her. I paid all the bills. This girl was living rent free. Obviously, I told her, like, you know, when you're in this house, you're gonna clean this house every other day, even if it don't need cleaning. Clean it when it don't need cleaning. That's how you keep a house spotless. Clean it when it don't need cleaning. But yeah, the only thing I told her to do is you just buy the food. That's it. Yeah, so she buys the food. So she does the grocery shopping. But I never. Oh yeah, man, we're gonna need £60 this month for the gas. Turn that light off. Yeah, saving electric. I need some money for petrol. Sharing a car with your missus, like, fam. You know what? Yeah, even guys that share a car with their missus, like, yo, you're not even showing your missus that you've got some independence about you. When have you met a millionaire? When have you seen? When have you heard? You think Elon Musk is sharing his Tesla with his wife? Yeah. When are you're never gonna hear about a millionaire sharing a car with a woman. That's broke man antics. Because I guarantee you, yeah, if that guy had an extra 3-4 grand coming into his bank every month, why would he not just have his own car? Even if it was a little shitty banger that just cost £1,000, just so he has his own vehicle that he can get in and drive, rather than have to wait for the missus to come back home. Big up Xavier. So he said, done all my plumbing and going for the refrigeration aircon instead of going gas safety route. Hopefully it makes sense. Trying not to look at Google salaries and that. But boy, yeah, I mean, to be fair, yeah, you know, like refrigeration, obviously I don't know about that, but like aircon and that, yeah, man make bare money from that. Like when I used to go on construction sites, you have the guys that do the HVAC. Yeah, so HVAC. We call them HVAC. And they done like the aircon systems and that on construction sites. They're on good money. And anyone that's on construction sites, you're gonna be able to make 250 a day. As long as you're qualified. If you're an apprentice or a mate, then I don't know it. But if you're qualified, you're doing HVAC, 250 a day, more than that, just depends in it, yeah, because the contract that you might be on that construction site, they might be behind. So therefore they need man to work till 10 o'clock. If you're doing BMS, building management services, like, them man there on good money. Them man there are like the engineers. They will go in there with a laptop and I just see them just programming. 300-400 pound a day, just programming. Them man are wearing a hard hat. What the fuck for? They're not even doing no work. They're just wearing a hard hat because you have to legally on a construction site. But them man are not even tradesmen. They have a different energy about them as well. Like you could just tell these guys are actually engineers and they're actually somewhat educated, not no fucking stupid tradesman with a hammer hitting himself over the head. Some Fred Flintstone nonsense. Yeah. This drink is the best. Pomegranate. You can only get them in them Kurdish man shops. Yeah. So I thought the brand was called Dimes. It's called Dimes. Yeah, that's how the Kurdish man pronounced it. This is the best pomegranate drink you can get. There's other versions of pomegranate by Rubicon or whatever. Now fuck them. This is the best one, in my opinion. I said nice sales pitch, you know. Yeah, you know, I might have been a good salesman. I know I would have been what I would have been good in if I was a fucking detective, bro. Yeah, I would have been a good detective. My brain, I am actually wasted not being a detective. You know? My brain, the way I'm able to work things out. Do you think mechanic is a good trade? Yeah. Listen, there's more and more and more cars on the road every month, every year. So there's more and more work. Got a guy trying to cheat me into those manager roles, but I don't want to get blackballed from sites. So what are you trying to say? A guy's trying to get you to do a manager role. Why don't you do a manager role, man? Like under the table, someone does the work for you. How to improve your game with the ladies. Yo, you just got to play the numbers game, man. I mean, is it like there's no real game, man? Like, yo, just improve your charisma and that. I mean, does game really get you laid and that? Like, I mean, yo, just be normal, man. You don't have to like, yo. Let me just explain something right now. Yeah. Do you think every guy that's in a relationship with a girl has got some crazy game? The answer's no. Yeah. So you don't need to have mad game. Look how many dorks there are that actually have a missus. Do you think they have some on point fucking game? No way. You think they have charisma? You think they have energy? You think they have the means to tell a story and be an interesting person and that? Most of these guys are fucking bland and boring, like a white piece of paper. Ain't got no game. Now, obviously, if you're dealing with like, you know, a high caliber gal and that, yeah, you probably are gonna need to have some game as well as looks as well, because they're just gonna be used to dealing with, you know, man of a certain caliber and that. But for the most part, you don't need no game. Just become an interesting person. Yeah. Do you speak patois to the missus? No. To Miss J? No. Me, listen, I don't want these people. I don't pretend to speak Jamaican. Yeah. Ah, so like pay for the course and they will handle the rest so I can get a black card or something. I mean, yeah, you don't want to be cutting corners, man. Just have money, simple as that. I mean, you don't need to have money to get girls. The problem is, I did see a video about this the other day. A guy said that the problem with rich guys is they think, yeah, that having money is the be all and end all. And he's right. It's not. It's not the be all and end all. Because look how much chicks will go on holiday and have 10 one-night stands in IB for. Do you think any of those guys needed to have money? Do you think even if they lied, let's play devil's advocate. Let's pretend they lied and said they had money. Did this girl verify? So no, they don't care. How many fucking teachers, yeah, who are women, yeah, you understand? Yeah, a couple female teachers have been arrested, yeah, and I've gone into the comment section, and certain man, they say the things that I was thinking. Oh, I wish that was me, or every boy's dream. You understand? Yeah. Yo, the point I'm trying to make is them boys there, they're fucking, yeah, however old, they ain't got no damn money. Their mum feeds them. Their mum gives them pocket money. Women don't care about your money, man. Do you know Latimer School in N9? Yeah. There's two. You got Latimer All Saints, which is the primary school, and then you got Latimer the secondary school. The lower school, so the primary school is off of Church Street, and the secondary school is off of Hazelbury Road. Funny enough, yeah. So you've got Church Street in Edmonton, and you've got Latimer Road in Edmonton. Yeah. You've got Latimer School that's off of Church Street, and then you've got Churchfield Primary School that's off of Latimer Road. I went to Churchfield Primary School. So when you go down Church Street, like you're heading towards Edmonton Cemetery, if you come from Edmonton Green train station, it's on the right-hand side, Latimer Road. There used to be like a RSPCA building, like for animals or whatever, on the corner. Either that or a vet's for dogs or whatever. You just go straight down that road there, and at the bottom, you've got Churchville Primary School. That's where I used to go. See, so this guy's saying, J-Wise, most women give a fuck about money. Don't lie to them. Yeah, I know there's a lot of stuff on the internet right now, yeah, where there's chicks talking about a man needs to make 10K. If a man's making 40K, I don't care if he's works at Sainsbury's, that's not enough. It's bullshit. And I tell you why it's bullshit. Because look at the guys that are in relationships right now. How many of those guys earn 100K? How many of those guys earn 10K a month? So these girls that are running around saying a guy needs to earn 10K, 100K and that, they're just saying that because they're single. Look at all the guys that came before this guy that they're looking for right now, all the past guys and that, how much were they earning? They're just saying that because they like the idea of that. Let me tell you something about women. They say one thing, they have one criteria for a man, but then they date the complete opposite. Don't listen to what they're saying. It's bullshit. It's only the single women that are talking about having all these high standards and that. Just check back with these girls in 3 to 5 years, and the guy that they're with is not that. What they were saying that they wanted 3, 4, 5 years ago and that, the guy that they end up with is not that. It's bullshit. Bullshit, man. No, I don't believe them when they say, oh, a guy needs to earn 10K a month or 100K a month. Because all the chicks that I see that are in relationships, none of those guys are 100K guys. None of those guys earn 10K a month. It's only the girls that are on the internet saying this. But I don't know, maybe they feel like by saying it enough that it's gonna manifest and some 10K, 100K guy's gonna drop out of the sky and fall through their house and have a condom on. I don't fucking know in it, yeah, but it's not happening. It's bullshit. They're just saying that because it's the right thing to say, or it sounds cool. It's the new trend and that. Check back in 3 to 5 years and see what guy they're with. They'll be with some broke guy. Promise you. Because you have to think about it. if every girl right now, yeah, is talking about I need a guy that's earning 10K a month, or a guy that's financially stable, a guy that's got money, why the girls not flooding my TikTok DMs? Because they don't know whether I'm single or not. It's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit, blood. Because there's hardly any guys that they will come across that's got money, yeah. And obviously, even if you've got money, they don't want you to be a dork as well. So there should be plenty of girls that are flooding my inbox. Bullshit, man. So man say, what do you think women like 50 Cent for? Because he's good looking. No, the reason why a lot of women want to date 50 Cent is not because of his money. Women want to move up the social ladder. This is an evolutionary thing, a biological thing, yeah. So back in the day when we were in tribes and that, yeah, if a woman, the reason why women need to be liked and that is because if they're not liked and they're kicked out of the tribe, that could be, yeah, that could be fatal for them because women can't hunt. I know these G.I. Joe fucking Amazonian brute of a women now, these fucking entrepreneur chicks, these fucking boss babe, these alpha females, and I'm talking about women from back in the day, yeah? They didn't know how to hunt or nothing. So if they get kicked out of the tribe and that, they're fucked because they ain't gonna be able to hunt. Yeah? So women, you know, need to feel like, need to have the need to fit in that. If a woman is with a high-ranking man, yeah, let's say a celebrity and that, yeah, then she's gonna be ultra safe. Think about it this way, yeah. If a chick lives on the ends, yeah, if the chick is dating some waste man, some pussy or some dork, yeah, she's gonna be more in danger dating that guy than if she's dating the guy that is the boss of the local gang in that area. Because I know a girl that used to live on my road, yeah. She used to date one of the oldest in my ends, yeah, he was basically the boss, yeah, who was the boss. No one's chatting shit to this girl. Nobody is chatting shit to this girl, yeah. And the guy was tiny as well. He was like 5'4". His girl used to live on my road, yeah. No one's chatting shit to his girl because of who he is. I said that's another word for money. Nah, but the girls women don't care about money like that much, man. They just care about obviously experiences and obviously they want to, you know, increase their social status and that. But coming off in 10 minutes because I still got work to do. Big up man like Hakan, Turkish man. I had an old school brethren from secondary school. Big up man like Hakan Erdener. I think he told me he was half Turkish Cypriot, half Turkish mainland. Big up man like Hakan. Right, Nadia says she's going to sleep. All right, good night. All right, everyone. Nadia's going to sleep. Now the real live stream can start. Yeah, so the other day I was on this job. Yeah, no, I'm joking. Why? Because he was the boss. That same girl will leave that man for 50 Cent. Yeah, but what's the chance of her coming across 50 Cent? Like, see, a lot of guys will say, oh, yeah, man, but a girl will leave you for 50 Cent. Yo, what's the chances of 50 Cent wanting that girl? When he could have chicks that are perfect. Yeah? Come on, man. I say I just thought about turning. I was listening to fuck radio all weekend. Big up Django. When's a comfortable point financially to book a holiday here and there, in your opinion? I mean, listen, if you've got savings, yeah, and you know you're earning a decent amount of money, yo, if you just want to book yourself a little £1,000 holiday and that, do what you need to do in it. But definitely, yeah, if you ain't got no money, don't be booking yourself on a holiday. If you ain't got no savings, don't be booking yourself on a holiday. If you have to feel like you need to take out a holiday on credit or pay a holiday in installments or pay for a holiday like using, I don't know, Klarna or some bullshit, yo, it's the sign to not go on holiday. I've told this story about 1,000 times. I remember when I was an apprentice, I was working with a guy at Haringey Council. And he said to me, I can remember it like it was yesterday. We was in a property in Wood Green on the avenues, yeah? I don't know, Gladstone Avenue or one of them and that. And anyway, we're in this property now. We're standing in the kitchen, and he said to me, yeah, he's going to Spain or somewhere. You know them English, man, they love go to Spain and that, yeah? So he said, yeah, he's going to wherever and that. And he said, yeah, I booked the holiday using my credit card to pay for the deposit. I'm like, why did you use your credit card to pay for the deposit? Because I didn't have the money. But why are you fucking going on holiday then? The fact that you don't have enough money for a holiday is a symbol, that's the reason why you shouldn't be going on holiday, because you don't have the fucking money. Yeah, it's symbolic to the fact that you don't have the money. You're not working hard enough. And you know what? There are some people that are working crazy, but that's only because they're paying back for all the fucking debt that they got themselves in 6, 7 years ago. When you want to retire, how much money do you want to be making off your properties and that? I mean, you know, a nice round 10 is a nice, good, comfortable figure in that. So yeah, if I was pulling in 10 grand a month, no problem, could retire off of that. Be quote unquote financially free. I've still got paperwork to do after this one. The best time to go on holiday if you're working. So Issamivi said January is the best time to go on holiday. Why? Why would January be the best time to go on holiday? Construction. I don't know. I don't know what you mean by that. If you're in construction, I don't know what you mean by that. But yeah, you man, buy this shaver. Yo, let me do a quick demonstration. Yeah, thing's powerful. I'm even like an old man. Nah, but yeah, this on point, bro. So to be fair, I haven't even charged it. I don't know how long the charge is for. Obviously, I got this brand new out of the packet today, and there's like a little button at the bottom, and that's where you charge it at the bottom. And yeah, you just press it. It will make you want to even fucking just quickly just give yourself a little touch up and that. Yeah, it's sharp, clean. And I said TikTok shop consumer final boss. I've been buying a few bits and pieces off of TikTok of lately, you know, to be fair. What do you think of lift maintenance as a career? I mean, I wouldn't want my son to do it, but I mean, there's money in it. Lifts are always breaking fucking down. Lifts are always breaking down. I just want to check something quickly. I want to see the playback on TikTok. JY's TV. So this thing is definitely behind. I'm waving now. Yeah, it's about 5 seconds behind. Yeah, coming up in 5 minutes. You know what I can do on YouTube? Let me see if it'll let me share my screen. Might look at some properties. Yeah, why not? You lot on TikTok, I'll let you know if I can do this on YouTube. And then oh, so this person said, Jay, I'm 19, I'm making around 55K a year. How much should I spend on a car? Just spend a couple of grand on a little car, man. Just drive a banger. There's nothing wrong with driving a banger. Yeah. I got 6 properties. I get paid £300 a day, and I'm driving a fucking £1,100 Astra 2010. Brand new. Yeah. I'm not interested in no Mercedes and that. I'm probably just gonna buy a McLaren or a Ferrari. That's it. Trust me. Yeah. I want man to be saying, Jay drives a Ferrari, Yeah. Hi, you remember we spoke on Instagram? I asked you about the course. You told me to go for it. Okay. So what's happened with that? What course was it? Was it electrical or plumbing, obviously, yeah? Oh, okay, because he said in his previous comment, he said, I'm full-time work doing my electrical course at home. Thank you for that advice. Ah, I remember you. I think I remember you because there was a couple guys talking about doing the course from home. All right, big up man like Xavier next time, yeah? Right. So yeah, but yeah, I kind of remember you still because there was 2 guys, I'd say, that hit me up on Instagram talking about doing some course from home. Right, I'm gonna see if I can share my screen. No. Right. So this Shaq person said, I'm struggling to get work experience as electrical installer. I'm calling up people, but no one is interested. Right. Send me an email so the email address is jwisetv@outlook.com. Someone do me a favor and write in the chat. jwisetv@outlook.com. Ask for a list of agencies, yeah? And see if you can get yourself registered at an agency. You might have to get your electrician's card and hit up the ECS. But send me an email and I'll send you some information over. Right, let's see if I can share this. Right, now why is it not doing it? What in the world? And said, is that correct? I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah, it's jwisetv@outlook.com. Or do you know what? Just send me a TikTok DM. Just send me a TikTok DM right now saying, yo, it's Shax. And then I'm getting off this live stream in like 5 minutes anyway. Yeah, I can see your message. Yeah. So any loopholes to get around the 25% for buy to let? I mean, I don't know if this is legal. Yeah, so you need to double check. Like I said, double check the lender. But you know, ask the lender if this is because I don't know. I'm not a professional. But what some people have done is they bought a property on a residential, tied themselves in for a 5-year product, and then after 6 months they've got consent to lease, and then they can rent out the property until the end of the 5-year product, something like that. Whoops. Right, let me see this now. Right. Okay. Right. So I can see myself on YouTube now. Right. If you man want, go onto YouTube right now, and watch the live stream, because I'm gonna be looking at some properties quickly on YouTube. So it's up to you if you want to stay. But I'm just gonna be on Zoopla, just looking at some properties right now. So midfield court. Let me see this place here. I know this place. What's your YouTube? JY's TV. So I'm currently on Zoopla on JY's TV right now. Right. I mean, I don't even need to look at the floor plans. I already know the floor plans anyway. Yeah, going for the front door, kitchen, dining room, yeah, lounge. Yeah, that's exactly what I expected anyway. So this one here, so Overly's Court, I've worked there before. It's chain free, meaning the person that you're buying the property off of is not looking to buy another property. Yeah. They're not dependent on the sale of this property to buy another property. They're not buying the property off of someone that's buying a property off of someone. So let's check this one. So Overly's Court, I think it's a 3-bed house. I've worked here on this estate quite a few times. Let's look at the pictures. The thing is, yeah, with these properties, man, as long as you furnish them nicely and that, yo, you could get some decent money for Airbnb, man. Simple kitchen. Oh shoot! I wonder, can you not even see what I'm doing? Someone said, is buying through shared ownership a scam? I mean, I would stay away from shared ownership if you can, you know. Shoot, you lot can't see what I'm doing. A man said, Jamaicans have been here for 5 generations, still nothing. Shoot, I thought you lot could see what I was doing. Right, let me see. So it's, that's it. Yeah. Now you should be able to see this. Let me just wait for it to catch up because basically on YouTube, you lot are like 5-10 seconds behind. Come on. Let me know if you lot can see the picture with the house, yeah? Check it myself. Just a sec, just a sec. Bear with me 1 minute. It's a technical difficulty. Right, you can see it now. All right, cool. Right, go back to it. So let's say this is going to be like an Airbnb, yeah? So this one here, nice little kitchen. It's an Airbnb, so you don't need to have no crazy amounts of cupboards and that. It's an Airbnb. I don't know what room this is. It's probably a room on the ground floor. It's probably like a dining room sort of thing. This is probably the living room here. Probably one of the bedrooms, another bedroom, bathroom, simple, neat. Honestly, I'm telling you, like a property like this, yeah, you could rent this out on Airbnb and make about 3 grand a month. Trying to find another one sec. Right, let's see this one here. Well, I know where this is. Jesus Christ. Did you not see that kitchen? One sec. Look at the state of that kitchen, boy. Fuck yeah, now. You literally need to start again. Like they've even got trunking. How are you tiling your kitchen, paying money for tiles, but then you're not gonna get an electrician in to flush in the cables and the fucking sockets? Fucking terrible, bro. Who are these people, man? Are they African or no? That's like some Muslim writing, sorry, Islamic writing. Maybe from like Afghanistan or something like that. Wow, the state of that plumbing, boy. Jesus Christ. All right, anyway, that's it, man. I'm going fucking bed now. Oh, the screen's gone. Oh, well, it's gone now. When did you last go to Jamaica? 2012. Africa expression. Yeah, yeah. No, I'm going now. Um, yeah. Catch you on the next live. Yeah. Stay wise. Ton. No. Yeah. Big up, Jafar. You man on YouTube. Oh God.